Hello and welcome. I'm Lewis from GAK and we are here with guitar virtuoso Nick Johnston. And how are you today?
Hey Lewis, I'm good. And when I say we, I mean my buddy at Schecter. We flew to Frankfurt yesterday, so we had the day to kind of just wallow in jet lag, which I did very gracefully, I might add.
You look great. You look great.
Oh, buddy, thank you very much. So I'm good. We left Frankfurt this morning, flew into London Heathrow, got picked up. Basically, the whole trip so far has been effectively waiting in line. So you wait in line at the airport. You're on the flight. You're still technically waiting in line. You get off. You wait in line to get in. You get the hotel. You wait in line to get into the hotel. You get there. You get back to the airport. Anyways, I'm repeating myself here, but it's been very good lines.
Awesome.
Been waiting in great lines.
So you've had the true British experience.
Exactly. Yes. But I'm very good. I'm full of energy and ready to do the thing. Yeah.
Awesome. So for those people that don't know, what are you doing in the UK? What are you here for at the moment?
The UK this is a pretty quick part of the trip. I'm basically in Europe for 2 weeks, doing a bunch of guitar kind of clinics and some promo and stuff. The centerpiece of the trip is the Music Messe in Germany, in Frankfurt at the end of this trip. It's funny, we start and then we end in the same. Logistically, it worked out, I guess. But I'm here, like a meet and greet and a clinic and stuff, to kind of support the Schecter custom shop and just Schecter in general.
Now that looks nice. Let's talk a bit about this, because this is you've been developing have developed this with Schecter. This is an American model, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've also got your Indonesian version here. So could you talk to us a bit about, because I know you used to play Fenders. You did. So why Schecter, and sort of how did this come about?
Yeah, I mean, when you say developing, truly, it is developing, and anyone who's following along or anyone who has purchased a version of this guitar is getting a different version of the guitar, which is, I think it's cool. It's like we didn't find the final result yet, and we probably won't. It's just like it's changing all the time. Mm-hmm. So I'd played Fender guitars for years. It was the first company I really kind of got into. Like, I think about the guitar players I liked as a kid, and the music I listened to, it was all on a Strat style guitar, so of course I gravitated towards that. For years, and I played really, really nice Strats. I saved up for a while, I bought a custom shop.
Lovely.
Now, I didn't switch to Schecter because I think Fender doesn't make a great guitar. Fender makes an amazing guitar. Of course they do. That's why they're still relevant, because they're amazing.
Yeah.
Schecter, the first reason I went over there was kind of the faith they put into me. So I'm one of those guys that, you know, if I have a good relationship with a company, or if I have a good relationship with someone at a company, I will be there. That's just the way it is. Schecter, they had one of their artists, so Keith Merrow and Jeff Loomis, kind of turned me on to Schecter, or Schecter on to me, however that would work, whatever the phrasing on that is. And they were basically saying you should get this guy on the roster, because I wasn't endorsed by any guitar company.
Yeah.
You should get him before he starts to do some stuff, because I just put out a record called Atomic Mind. There was like a bit of buzz kind of around me, for whatever reason. And they sent me it was a 2013 to try, just to see if I liked it.
Yeah.
And I was playing Fender custom shop guitars, so my threshold for like what a good guitar was way too high. It was way too high for my own good. Now, also, I've had troubles with those guitars as well. I mean, I don't want to get too much into the politics, but they sent me this guitar and it sat in the case. I didn't even open it. I was like, I'm afraid to open this guitar for like 2 weeks. And the VP at Schecter hit me up. He's like, dude, have you tried the guitar yet? Like, we need you to know what you think of the guitar. So begrudgingly, and I'm not a gear guy at all. Like, if I have a piece of gear that works, I'm not gonna swear here. I don't mess around with other gear. It works, so I'm happy. So I opened the guitar, I opened the case, and I picked the guitar. In 5 minutes, I was like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Insane. The custom shop is so small, and their orders are at such a minimum that they can give that attention to each, you know, blah, 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 that same old story. We have a small shop, a lot of attention, but truly. And then I started doing a whole bunch of guitar clinics, because their main clinician at the time, Jeff Loomis, had just joined Arch Enemy, and he was basically saying you should kind of take over.
Cool.
which was fine with me, folks. And then we did a bunch of Asian clinics and European clinics. And the thing was, I took one guitar with me. And here's the thing: it was also like, let's do all these clinics, but it was also, let's see if this guitar, personally, can handle climate change. Can it? So I'm from Canada, and it's really cold there a lot of the year, and that's also a great test for guitar. So I went from Toronto to mainland China, all over there, climate change, then to Taiwan, then we went to, I think, Thailand, then I did some stuff in the UK, and then I did some stuff in Germany and Italy. Basically climate, like, it was just going like that.
Yeah.
And the neck never moved. And the guitar never, I didn't break a string. I don't know. I had no problem with the guitar. It was crazy, and that has never, ever been a luxury for me. It's like, can I go from this climb to this with a gig bag? Come on, man. So that in relation to how the company was interacting with me and how I felt with them, and the guy I travel with, Ryan Martin. I mean, he's like one of my best friends now too, right? So I don't know, without being too emotional, like, I love them. You know, everybody.
That's a little bit emotional.
Yeah. So that was a huge thing, and then they said, do you want to kind of just see what happens? Let's make a signature guitar. Let's see what happens. No one was using the custom shop stuff on a scale where, you know, they were self-promoting, they were making videos, and so I was kind of the first guy for them to do that. And they're like, let's grow this custom shop as you're growing at the same time. And then that afforded us to make a signature model, which was the US version of this.
Yeah.
And then we made the green guitar. There's a whole story there. I could tell it. It could be another whole video. But we made the green version with the wangy neck.
Yeah.
And then this version, it's basically the same. There's a couple.
Is this the newest
this
iteration
is
of
the
you?
2018,
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it's basically still the green version. Just cosmetically, it's a little different. Like we moved the truss down to the wheel at the base of the neck, which I think is a great idea.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to the traditional kind of
two knobs.
Yeah, we were using the metal, like we were doing this kind of setup, which is cool. But I love the Strat look. It's just the way to go. This is their bridge. These are my, with dirt all over them, my signature guitar pickups that Schecter makes. Come on, and they're basically reminiscent of like a '70s, like a David Gilmour style pickup.
Oh, cool.
Where, you know, it's like a lower.
I really like the inlays.
Oh yeah.
So is that like
these are
inlaid
slightly
metal?
different. Yeah. So this is a really subtle thing, but I thought it was kind of cool. The green version had these brass rings,
right?
But the white version, they're silver. I mean, it's small, but goddamn, it's cool, man.
Yeah,
so we changed that, and then we're doing new pickups as well right now. So more changes.
Yeah.
But it's still the wangy neck with the ebony fretboard, alder body, 25.5 inch, 14-inch radius.
Yeah.
It's an animal. It's a fucking animal. And I have no problems with it. I just got this guitar in January, and I did a full U.S. 5-week tour, all instrumental. It was a band called Intervals and a guitar player named Jason Richardson. I was on tour with those guys and a band called Night Versus. And I played 4 shows. I'm not shitting you. I did not change the strings once.
Wow.
Not once, ladies and gentlemen. And the guitar went in the trailer every night in a gig bag. So I don't know what that says. It says maybe I'm crazy. I don't know.
Super stable.
Very stable.
Really stable.
Yeah, it's very, very stable. And if anything, as a traveling musician, every month I travel a couple times to different parts of the world. That is the only thing that matters, is how stable the guitar. That's it. Because if I don't have that, then I'm freaking. I can't trust the guitar. Go on stage. I just played a guitar festival in Norway a couple weeks ago. I flew in for one day. I went from Canada cold to Norway cold, that's a leap. And I played before Guthrie Govan and Steve Vai, and the last thing I would ever wanted to worry about was like, if I go up there, will I break a string? It's like, no, I can't. And I didn't have to worry about that. So
awesome. So, could you talk us through maybe the main differences between your sort of full-blown custom shop and this production model?
The reality is, this is made in California at a custom shop by a master builder, and that's made in a factory.
Yeah.
So of course, really, it comes down to the build quality. It is what it is. There's no sidestepping that. It's basically the same dimensions. Everything's the same in terms of the neck, the profile. probably even the weight of the guitar. The pickups are not. I mean, these pickups are hand. Everything's hand dyed. Even the bobbins are hand dyed. Like, so those are made machine wound. Everything. So it really just comes down to the quality. But I spent a lot of time making sure it was.
It feels great. I've had a chance to pick it up, and
if you want to buy something that I like to use.
Yeah.
This is not a bad decision. I'm not sure what. I don't even want to know what they go for here because I'm sure it's.
I think it's less than £800. I think it's less than £800. It's okay.
This one's more than £800. This one's a lot more than.
It's a lot more than £800. Yeah.
But they're both great. So really, it just comes down to the quality, and then just some like the script is different. That's a different logo. The bridge is different. The lock. These are still locking tuning heads, but they're different, and the nuts a little different. So again, it's where can we kind of strip back some of these luxury items?
Yes.
And that's where we had to do it. We're gonna do I think I don't want to. Whatever. We're gonna do a green version of it. Hopefully, do something different with the neck. But that's a money thing. This is not a cheap neck.
No.
And like the Wenge is really brittle when you're cutting it. So I think it's like out of 10 necks, only 8 make it, or 7.
I had heard a rumor that it was truly a horrible wood to work with.
It really is. It splinters before it's cured and like been dried like crazy.
But it's really stable, isn't it?
It's great.
Super
stable.
It's
great.
Do you find
it looks awesome? It looks awesome.
Do you find much difference? Because obviously, if you're used to like that maple neck kind of thing with a rosewood board, do you find tonally that it's much different? No.
No, I'm maybe I wasn't gifted the ear to notice tone woods. Or
maybe we care too much.
Maybe you care way too much, and you just should be practicing, anyways. Honestly, the reason I use it is I love the feel of the porous neck, and guys, I'm gonna just be honest, it looks good. That's it.
I agree. Yeah.
There are little tiny differences, but not enough for me to go, wow, that's like, I can't use that neck because it sounds so different. I've never noticed that. It depends on the amp you use. Depends on the pickups you use. Depends on your hands. Depends on how you feel that day. Depends on is it a recorded tone? Is it in the room? Are you playing with a band? There's too many factors to say this neck makes the guitar sound like that. I think, anyways. Especially a lot of those. I'm not even going to get into it.
I respect that opinion. Everyone has a different.
I'm being transparent as all hell with you. So, yeah.
Cool.
That's the whole thing.
Awesome.
I can walk you through the pickups.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get some playing on the go. Awesome. Well, thank you, Nick Johnston, for your impromptu visit today. Like, it was great having you here, and thank you so much for showing you.
Oh man, thank you very much. Yeah.
That's okay. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.